Criminology nature, roles and regulations, scope of study, laws that regulate, and job opportunities. A Group 7 report.
Criminology. What is criminology? When we say criminology is the study of crime and criminal behavior grounded in principles from sociology and non-legal fields, including psychology, sociology, statistics, and anthropology. Criminologists examine a variety of related areas, including characteristics of offenders, nature of criminology. When we say nature of criminology, state that understanding the crime is accomplished as other field of interest. It requires the forced, systematic, and balanced knowledge and examination of why and exist. There are four natures of criminology. First, criminology is an applied science. Second, criminology as a social science. Third, criminology as a dynamic. Fourth and the last, criminology is nationalistic. Criminology is an applied science. When we say criminology is an applied science, anthropology, psychology, sociology, and other natural science may be applied. Study of the causes of crime, while chemistry, medicine, physics, mathematics may be utilized in crime detection. Criminology is a social science. When we say criminology is an applied science, is as much a crime is social creation and that exists and society, it must be considered a part of social science. Criminology as a dynamic. Criminology changes a social condition. That means the progress of criminology is concordant with the advertisement of other science having applied to it. Criminology is a nationalistic. The study of criminology take into account countries, history, culture, social norms, and laws. It is specific to each country, as the laws and policies of different countries and countries reflect these unique values.
Good afternoon everyone. Today I will discuss the topic Rule and Division of Criminology. When we say rule, it is the function. Criminology is working with law enforcement. Take a hard look at offenders, identifying their situation and motives along with societal impact, generational changes, and other trends. They also tap into ethics and investigation why people commit crimes, meaning the role of it is to study the natural causes of crimes. There are three principal divisions of criminology, and we can use the acronym set of these. First, the S stands for Sociology of Law. It is a branch of criminology focused on the investigation and administration of law. In the division, the gathering and seeking for information is done in order to answer the why question of the crime. Second, E stands for Theology of Crime. It focuses on determining the causes of crime, of reason on committing a crime. In this division of criminology, it provides an answer on how it happens. And the third, P stands for Penology. It is a branch of criminology focused on the control and rehabilitation of criminals. Note, the penology comes from the word Latin pena, which means punishment, and Greek suffix word logia, which means the study of. So, penology is the study of a punishment.
Good day everyone, especially to you Ma'am Tara Don Marquez. This is my short video discussion about the scope of the study of criminology. The scope of criminology includes perspectives on making laws, breaking laws, and social reactions to law being broken. Criminology studies crime and deviance, often within the context of other social issues such as education, racism, poverty, and gender. As such, study within the social science is broad. What are the three scopes in the study of criminology? This relatively young field of the study has three principal divisions. First is the sociology of law, which examines how laws are made and enforced. Second is criminal etiology, which studies the causes of crime. And third is phenology, which addresses society's response to crime and includes the study of the criminal justice system. What is the nature and scope of criminology? Criminology as a branch of knowledge is concerned with those particular conducts of human behavior which are prohibited by society. It is therefore a sociological study which seeks to discover the causes of criminality and suggest the remedies to reduce crime. What is the main purpose of studying criminology? Help keep society safe. Studying criminology and you can enter into a professional role that is of high value to society. Young could be tackling crime, exploring why people break the law, and improving justice and education, rehabilitation, and crime prevention.
RA 1131 governs examination, registration, and licensure for criminologists, supervision, control, and regulation of the practice of criminology, standardization and regulation of criminology education, development of the professional competence of the criminologists, and integration of all criminology professional groups. Duterte's new law also creates the Professional Regulatory Board for Criminology, a collegial body under the administrative supervision and control of the Professional Regulation Commission or PRC. The board will be composed of a chairperson and 4 members who will be appointed by the president. The law mandates the Professional Regulatory Board for Criminologists to administer, supervise, and monitor the conduct of the licensure, examination, registration, membership, and practice of criminology. The board is also tasked to promulgate and issue rules and regulations, as well as to adopt a code of ethics and code of good governance for the practice of criminology. Under RA 1131, a candidate must obtain a weighted average rating of 75% with no grade less than 60% in any subject to pass the licensure examination for criminologists. It is likewise directed to administer oaths of professional criminologists, successful examinees, and licensure examination for criminologists. The board can disqualify applicants for the licensure examination who have been previously convicted of a crime with penalty involving moral turpitude. It is also authorized to issue, suspend, revoke, or restate the certificate of registration of the registered criminologist or cancel the temporary or special permit granted to a foreign criminologist. The law also instructs the board to receive complaints and hear and investigate cases of violation of the newly signed act. The Professional Regulatory Board for Criminologists is mandated to prepare and submit to the PRC an annual report of its accomplishment on program, projects and activities.
Job opportunities of being a criminologist. Judicial court. Nature of work. A judge is an appointed or elected magistrate who presides over court proceedings. Judge rule on questions of law, act as a referee between the litigating parties, and render decisions in legal disputes. Job duties and responsibilities. Judges perform a variety of tasks inside and outside the courtroom. In the courtroom, they perform the following duties. 1. Hear allegations of the prosecuting and defending parties. 2. Listen to witness testimony. 3. Rule on the admissibility of evidence. 4. Inform defendants of their rights. 5. Instruct the jury. 6. Question witnesses. 7. Rule on motions presented by counsel. 8. In criminal court, determine the guilt or innocence of criminal defendants and impose sentences on defendants found guilty. And 9. In civil cases, determine liability or damages. Judges don't do all of their work in the courtroom. They perform certain duties outside the courtroom, in chambers as well. They research laws and regulations, issue opinions and case decisions, supervise the work of law clerks and other court staff, meet with attorneys to discuss cases and encourage settlement, and establish court rules and procedures. Some judges also perform marriage ceremonies and issue marriage licenses. The judge salary. A judge's salary varies based on the area of expertise, level of experience, education, certifications, and other factors. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the salary ranges differ depending on the type of judge. Generally, the highest paying judgeships are those within the federal court system. Judges with limited jurisdiction, such as magistrates, generally earn the lowest salaries. For administrative law judges, adjudicators, and hearing officers, the median annual salary is $99,850 or $48 per hour. And top 10% annual salary more than $169,640 or $45,120 and $21.69 per hour. And the bottom 10% annual salary less than $45,120 or $21.69 per hour. For judges, magistrates, and magistrates, the median annual salary is $133,920 or $64.38 per hour. The top 10% annual salary is more than $193,333 or $92.95 per hour. The bottom 10% annual salary is less than $34,790 or $16.73 per hour. The work environment is judges spend the bulk of their working hours in a courtroom or office. Some judges may be required to travel to different courthouses and countries within their local area or state. Hearing cases with difficult or confrontational individuals can cause the job to become stressful.
Hi, good day. I am Dave A. Lumarda, reporting one of the Criminology
job opportunities among public safety agencies, and that is private investigator. Private investigators are independent civilian investigators dealing with civil or criminal matters that require surveillance, documentation, research, or interviews to provide evidence in legal, criminal, or business investigators. Private investigators are licensed to practice in the state in which they work and may either work full-time as employees or be contracted to work with private detective firms, police departments, private businesses, and organizations, as well as individual clients. Private detectives and investigators search for information about legal, financial, and personal matters. But not just that. They also offer many services, such as verifying people's backgrounds and statements, finding missing persons, and investigating computer crimes. In conducting surveillance when investigating a case, they may watch locations, such as a person's home or office, often from a hidden position, using cameras and binoculars. They gather information on people of interest. Detectives and investigators must be mindful of the law when conducting investigations, because they have lack of police authority. Their work must be done with the same authority as a private citizen. As a result, detectives and investigators must have good understanding of federal, state, and local laws, such as privacy laws and other legal issues affecting their work. Otherwise, evidence they collect may not be usable in court and they could face prosecution. The job qualifications of a private investigator. First, must be a Filipino citizen. Second, must be a high school graduate or better. Third, must be between the ages of 21 and 50. Fourth, must be physically and mentally fit. Fifth, must be at least 5 feet 4 inches tall. And lastly, suffering none of the disqualifications that I will enumerate. So what is these disqualifications? First, having been dishonorably discharged or separated from the armed forces of the Philippines. Second, being mental incompetent. Third, being addicted to the use of narcotics or drugs. And lastly, being habitual drunkard. Let's talk about the salary of a private investigator. According to salary expert, the average private investigator gross salary in the Philippines is 354,684 pesos, or an equivalent hourly rate of 171 pesos. In addition, they earn an average bonus of 4,824 pesos. Salary estimates based on salary survey data collected directly from employers and anonymous employees in the Philippines. An entry-level private investigator, or those investigators with 1 to 3 years of experience, earns an average salary of 266,399 pesos. On the other end, a senior-level private investigator, or those investigators with 8+ years of experience, earns an average salary of 433,809 pesos. The uniform of a private investigator. It goes without saying that private investigator should dress professionally. That being said, an adept private investigator also has to blend in with his or her environment. Thus, whereas a coat and tie might work in one situation, a t-shirt and ball cap might be most appropriate in another one. Philippines private investigator restrictions. Impersonate law enforcement. Private investigators in Philippines cannot carry a badge, wear a uniform, or say anything that might imply that the private investigator is a police officer or federal agent. Make an arrest. Private investigators in Philippines cannot legally make an arrest. If there is evidence that suggests an arrest, the investigator should contact law enforcement. Wiretapping. Wiretapping is illegal without a proper warrant. Private investigators cannot tap a phone. Trespassing. private investigators cannot break and enter onto private property. Here are some private investigation cases covered in Philippines.